Welcome to this presentation of Adventures in Västerbotten for new students. If you are not from around here, then you might benefit from a short presentation of Västerbotten and what it has to offer besides studies, exams, parties and such, so that you at the end of your stay here will have seen something more than merely the university and city center. My name is Patrick Blomstedt and I am professor in neurosurgery, and I have done this presentation with my wife Julia, who is associate professor in epidemiology, and we have done it just because we are both very fond of Västerbotten and the outdoor adventures it has to offer. If we start with the basics, then Västerbotten is located at a latitude of 64 degrees north, the same as Reykjavik and Nuuk, the capitals of Iceland and Greenland respectively, and thus north of, for example, Arkhangelsk, Newfoundland and Labrador, and north of most of Alaska and Siberia. And Västerbotten is, as these areas, a part of the Arctic. If you would like to go to the polar area, then you will unfortunately have to go slightly to the north, since Västerbotten ends at 66.2 degrees latitude, and the Arctic Circle is located at 66.3 degrees latitude. The Arctic Circle is the theoretical limit of the midnight sun, if the Earth had no atmosphere. But due to the refraction of light and the local terrain, the midnight sun is visible quite far south of this circle, and during the white nights around the month of June it is possible to read a book in the middle of the night without artificial light. This is a wonderful period when one gets filled with energy and you can plan activities for 24 hours a day until you get too tired. Conversely, the sun only appears for a few hours around the winter solstice. The dark sky with bright stars is becoming increasingly rare as a result of light pollution, but most of Västerbotten will rest in natural darkness at night, and you only need to venture outside the larger towns to experience the night sky in all its original splendor. And quite often, the dark winter is lit up by the spectacular northern lights, the aurora borealis. Despite being located in the Arctic, the climate of Västerbotten is pleasant as a result of the warm Gulf Stream, and with nearly 2,300 hours of sunshine per year, Umeå and the coastal area of Västerbotten are among the sunniest places in Sweden. The temperature is highest in July with a daytime temperature of 21 degrees, while January is the coldest with an average of -4 degrees. But it can be above 30 degrees in summer, as well as below -30 in winter. And as one moves towards the mountains, the climate becomes a bit grimmer, and Västerbotten holds the Swedish cold record with -53 degrees. The summer will last approximately from the beginning of June to the end of August and offers sun and swimming, hiking, paddling and all kinds of adventures. And it is followed by a colorful autumn where the forests invite hikers, hunters and gatherers to enjoy them without mosquitoes and other vermin. The first winter months, November and December, are dark, but usually the ice will come early to the delight of young and old alike. And later the snow will cover the whole landscape with a white blanket, reflecting the light from the stars and moon and illuminating even the darkest night. The days are becoming longer in the end of December, and by mid-February the dark period is over. March and April are fantastic months where the snow-covered landscape will frequently be caressed by a bright sun on a clear blue sky. The snow melts quickly at the end of April, giving way to a short spring, where the vegetation is exploding at the end of May to take full advantage of the short summer with the white nights. The county of Västerbotten mainly consists of the provinces of Västerbotten, southern Lapland and a part of Ångermanland. In terms of surface area, it constitutes 1/8 of Sweden, and with 55,000 square kilometers, it is larger than many small countries such as Denmark, Belgium, the Netherlands and Estonia. However, the population is only 270,000, and more than 200,000 of these live in or around the two major coastal cities, Umeå and Skellefteå. Several of the large rivers of northern Sweden flow through the county. In the far north, the Skellefteå River, then the undeveloped Vindel River, followed by the Umeå River, and the smaller Öre and Lögde rivers, and finally the upper part of the Ångerman River. And the settlements follow these rivers with progressively smaller communities the closer you get to their headwaters. The inner parts of Västerbotten are consequently sparsely populated, and areas such as Sorsele municipality has a population density of 0.33 inhabitants per square kilometer, a lower population density than Alaska. To the east, Västerbotten is bounded by the Baltic Sea, or more specifically by the part of the Gulf of Bothnia called the Northern Kvarken. Here the distance from the Swedish mainland to the Finnish mainland is no more than 65 kilometers, and there is no more than 20 kilometers of open sea between the archipelago of Umeå and the one of Vasa in Finland. Moving away from the coastal region in a westward direction, the settlements become smaller and are mainly limited to the river valleys. Vast forests, marshes and lakes then spread out and dominate the landscape until you reach the Scandinavian mountain range, Fjällen, which in Västerbotten reaches a height of just under 1800 meters. The mountains form the border with Norway, which is a remarkably narrow country, so that Västerbotten is located no more than 25 kilometers from the Arctic Ocean. Considering its location and wilderness, Västerbotten is a rather unusual place in the world and offers fantastic opportunities for adventure and outdoor life. There is, however, no need for the urban-minded person to despair. Especially Umeå, Europe's capital of culture in 2014, is a modern and progressive city with just under 100,000 inhabitants. Here you can find everything that a medium-sized city can offer in terms of entertainment, culture and gastronomy, and not least a university with 36,000 students. As a result of the green revolution with renewable energy, the region is now growing strongly and tens of thousands of new jobs are being created, and it's possible that some of you might choose to stay here after your education. An important factor when deciding where to settle down should be how well you can expect to enjoy yourself in that place. And to be honest, if your life revolves mainly around opera, ballet and museum visits, then there are other places that have more to offer than Västerbotten. In any case, you will probably enjoy your time in Västerbotten more if you take advantage of the outstanding outdoor opportunities and adventures that the county has to offer, and it would be a shame if you did not get to know more of this part of the world during your studies than the university and its surroundings. Your time on Earth is short, and many regret on their deathbed that they did not make more of it. During your time at the university, you will lay the foundation to much of what you will later become and do in life, so don't waste this opportunity to broaden your horizons. Get out into the nature of Västerbotten on foot or by bike and enjoy all its beauty. Swim in wild waters, hike in the mountains, take a ski trip through the forest or mountains, or just try camping outside the city in winter. Go kayaking in whitewater and the sea. Go hunting or try a fishing experience in world class. Or why not try climbing and ice climbing, or mountaineering in the mountains of Lapland. The mountains are challenging and beautiful, and you will probably have them all to yourself. If you are on a tight budget, don't let this stop you. The bus service is well developed. I hitchhiked a lot myself as a youngster, and on bicycle you can easily cover 100 kilometers a day. If necessary, you can borrow equipment for free at Friluftsbanken, and many non-profit organizations provide equipment and training for a moderate membership fee. And at ITSU, you will find, among other things, the climbing section, the outdoor section, and the alpine section. If you lack knowledge about what you can do and how to do things, please visit the website we have created, avenflykter.se. Here in 250 posts we offer suggestions for excursions, activities and adventures. The focus is on Västerbotten and the surrounding area, and since no one is the same, we have suggestions both for the family with small children as well as for the more ambitious who want to test their limits. Many are hindered by a lack of knowledge of how to do things, and a simple mountain hiking trip can therefore be seen as an impossible project for some. For that reason, we have created a number of very detailed and educational courses for beginners regarding kayaking in sea and whitewater, winter tours and mountain hiking, as well as mountaineering. The webpage is in Swedish, but if you see something interesting, just right-click and Google Chrome will offer you a decent translation. So have a look at this and start planning your next adventure in Västerbotten.